Hey guys, the Sports Entertainer here, back with some more wrestling news. Join us as the Sports Entertainer looks at all the breaking wrestling news and rumors you need to know. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss out on an episode. First up, the real reason WWE released Dakota Kai. Now topping today's news is a report regarding the rumored reason behind Triple H and WWE deciding to let Dakota Kai go during the recent mass releases. And according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE sources indicated that Dakota Kai was never going to be positioned as a top women's division wrestler, with the belief basically being that Dakota's salary wasn't worth it if she was just going to be a jobber to the stars, so to speak, with Meltzer reporting, one person said that Kai still had use on a micro level on the main roster, but was never going to be used in the top tier with the likes of Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, or others they see as the top women's stars they see long term. It was noted that she could have worked with Becky Lynch or Liv Morgan, who are also seen as top players, but it would only be a short-term thing. Aside from that, they saw her future as just putting over the likes of Roxanne Perez and Julia, who are the next ones with the idea of being pushed to stardom. The thought was that long-term, the salary they were paying her was not worth it to have her just lose to people on the way up. Now we wish Dakota Kai nothing but the best following her WWE release, and we wouldn't at all be surprised if she's picked up by another major company like AEW once she becomes a free agent in about a month's time. Next up, Jonathan Coachman says Bayley is done in WWE. Now former WWE named Jonathan Coachman has been getting a lot of attention for some of the comments he made regarding former multi-time women's champion Bayley during a recent Behind the Turnbuckle episode, with Coachman essentially calling Bayley washed up and boring, and no doubt this take from the coach received a ton of backlash from the wrestling community, as most consider Bayley to be a true legend in the WWE's women's division and far from being done. Now here were Coachman's comments that got the wrestling world in a bit of a stir. Oh my god, you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Why keep bringing up Bayley? That's my question. Bayley is done. She's washed up, she's boring, she's nothing. She's nothing anymore. What does she bring to the table? If you drop Bayley off the roster today, what would we lose? When I was in the WWE for 13 years, there would be certain people, and she'd be one of them, that you'd walk around backstage going, how in the world is she winning the Royal Rumble? Or how in the world is he doing that? To me, I think she's a very sweet person, but there's a lot of sweet people. But I just don't think she's ever sold a ticket, for any rivalry that she's ever done. Now to be completely honest, we totally disagree with Coachman's take regarding Bayley, and a lot of fans have expressed similar sentiments online, but let us know down in the comments section below if you guys agree with any of Coachman's comments about Bayley, or was this take way off the mark in your opinion? Next up, some sad news regarding Braun Strowman. Now since the news of Braun Strowman's release from WWE, it has been reported through a number of sources that Braun Strowman's high salary with WWE was part of the reason behind his unceremonious exit from the company, considering Braun was no longer really being positioned as a top star anymore. But Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter recently added another possible reason behind his exit, stating that Braun was a lot more hurt and banged up than people realized, stating, but there were other reasons in play as well. Strowman's release was said to be a combination of his high salary and injuries. He had not been moving well in the ring since coming back from a major hamstring injury, and one person there noted to us that he was hurt worse than people realized. Now, Braun Strowman had revealed not long before his WWE release, in an interview with Miles Addy, that he has basically been wrestling with a 15% paralyzed left leg his entire career. And combine that with all the other injuries Strowman has dealt with, he wasn't in a good way, with Braun revealing, before I even debuted on TV, I ruptured my L5-S1, which paralyzed my left leg 100%. Had emergency surgery, I got 85% of it back, so my entire career I've wrestled with a 15% paralyzed left leg from my low back. I've had elbow surgery twice, my teeth are fake. All these scars when I went through the windshield in the Wyatt family swamp fight. I broke my neck, have a metal plate, 4 screws in my neck. I tore my groin 2 minutes into the last man standing match with Bronson Reed. Went 20 more minutes with a torn groin. They all suck, but it's part of the game. Now it's no wonder why Braun's mobility in the ring has declined over the past couple of years, and now that we know Braun was pretty hurt towards the end of his WWE run, that definitely casts a lot of doubt on his future in wrestling, and Braun teasing retirement following his release may actually be a very real thing after finding out all of this. Next up, a wrestling promoter passes away. Now there's some truly sad news to share regarding an indie wrestling promoter by the name of Dakota Luna passing away at the truly young age of 29 following a battle with leukemia. Dakota was a well-respected and beloved member of the Lincoln Park community in Detroit, Michigan, and he successfully operated a promotion company for wrestling shows in the area, and wrestling legend Rhino worked one of Dakota's final wrestling shows and said this following Dakota's sad passing: "You feed off that energy and passion that he had for not only wrestling but his community. Whenever you can be involved in that and help out, it's that much more meaningful." We send our condolences to Dakota Luna's family, friends, and supporters during this incredibly sad time. Next up, WWE reportedly signing Joe Hendry soon. Now there's no doubt that a lot of fans have felt as though it's only going to be a matter of time before TNA World Champion Joe Hendry signs with WWE, and it's just been reported through PW Insider that WWE have reportedly been very high on Joe Hendry, with the company believing that it's a lock that Joe will be signed once his deal with TNA is done, with WrestlingNews.co reporting. TNA World Champion Joe Hendry is reportedly garnering significant acclaim within WWE, with internal discussions pointing towards a promising future with the company, according to a recent PWInsider.com report. The Scottish star's recent interactions, facilitated by the TNA-WWE working relationship, have seemingly left a strong positive mark. The feedback has been so favorable that sources within WWE, as per PW Insider, believe Hendry signing with them is pretty much considered a lock once his contractual obligations with TNA are fulfilled. This strong sentiment underscores the high value WWE seemingly places on the TNA standout. A significant portion of this internal praise is attributed to Hendry's impactful performance during the WrestleMania 41 weekend. He notably stepped up on short notice to face Randy Orton after Kevin Owens was sidelined by injury, a contribution for which he received high marks for his professionalism and in-ring showing. Beyond that high-profile WrestleMania appearance, PW Insider also notes that Hendry has been internally commended for his creative input and his excellent receptiveness to feedback and advice. The report added that due to these qualities, the current TNA champion is held in high regard by influential figures within WWE, strongly suggesting a future move could be on the horizon. Let us know down in the comment section below if you're excited to hear that Joe Hendry will likely soon be signed to WWE, and in your opinion, what do you think will be Joe's ceiling in WWE? Do you feel he has what it takes to eventually become a WWE World Champion, or do you think Hendry's ceiling will be around the US or Intercontinental title level? Next up, Vince McMahon withholding evidence in lawsuit. Now, the ongoing Vince McMahon and Janelle Grant lawsuit has released some very interesting news regarding McMahon, who has reportedly been resisting efforts to hand over documents related to the misconduct allegations as this lawsuit has moved into the discovery phase, with ITRWrestling.com reporting. The case has now moved into the discovery phase, where plaintiffs are seeking non-privileged materials dated between January 1st, 2022 and March 12th, 2024. A public version of an April 29th motion filed this week and reported by Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics shows that the plaintiffs are asking the court to compel McMahon to provide documents related to misconduct topics. These include materials involving allegations of misconduct, non-disclosure agreements, and internal investigations. The plaintiffs argue that such documents are directly relevant to understanding McMahon's motivations for regaining control of WWE's board in January 2023 and pushing through the TKO merger. According to the filing, McMahon has declined to produce any such documents unless they explicitly relate to the merger or involve specific executives. He has also excluded key internal communications, including those reflecting his mindset when allegations first surfaced in 2022 and discussions with board members he'd later removed. The plaintiffs stress that they are not trying to re-examine the underlying misconduct allegations, but are instead focused on how those issues influence McMahon's decision-making. McMahon has until May 14th to formally oppose the motion, which could lead to the court compelling him to comply with discovery. Now this is honestly a really bad look for Vince McMahon to be withholding evidence, but the reality is that Vince will likely be forced to hand over these important documents within the next couple of days, whether he likes it or not, as this case progresses, and things definitely aren't looking very good for Vince at this stage whatsoever. Next up, Alexa Bliss spotted ahead of SmackDown tonight. Now there's no doubt that the Backlash Go Home edition of SmackDown later today is shaping up to be a big show, with WWE Champion John Cena scheduled to appear, and it seems as though another major star could be making their return tonight on SmackDown, with it being reported through PW Insider that former Women's Champion Alexa Bliss has been spotted ahead of tonight's SmackDown, with StillRealToUs.com reporting, ahead of Friday Night SmackDown this week, PW Insider is reporting that Alexa Bliss is scheduled to be at the show tonight. At this point in time, it's not clear if Alexa Bliss will be making an appearance during the broadcast. Now let us know down in the comment section below if you're excited for Alexa Bliss's potential return tonight on SmackDown, and do you hope she is coming back to be somehow involved with the Wyatt Six faction? Let us know. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.